Winsky. And up to the line come the Rockets. They take over. So here we go. Wideouts to each side. On first down, Schmobach rolling right, looking to throw, looking into the end zone for Krambeck. It's intercepted by Terry in the end zone. Terry intercepts in the end zone. He was looking for Krambeck, but he was completely blanketed. I don't know what Joe was.
Got a yellow flag down here in the backfield.
Schmobach just threw the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, Krambeck was not open whatsoever.
Not at all.
Double covered and an easy interception for the Whippers.
Waiting now. It looks like it is going to be against the Rockets. Illegal shift, positive yardage. And up to the line they come. Now it's 1st and 10 from just inside the 30-yard line, they say. The handoff to Bogner. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Cuts it back up the middle. He's inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Rockridge! Josh Bogner, 30 yards for the score. As he came through the line of scrimmage, cut it back up against the green and goes in for 6.
Yeah, big hole that time on the right side, and he cut it up back to the left, and right up the middle did he go, all the way. Josh Bogner, 35 yards and a Rockridge score.
All right, a 35-yarder. Once again, it's tough to see those yard marks out there. I thought they had it from the 30, but it was the 35. So an even longer run for Bogner, and that was the big play the Rockets needed. And now John Phillips will try to tie this game up with 9:25 remaining in the third quarter. The Rockets going against the wind and scoring. Phillips now waiting. Freiermuth to hold. There's the snap. It's a good one. Placement's down. Kick is up. The line drive. It is good, and we're tied with 9:25 left to go in the third quarter. It is now Rockridge 7, Hampshire 7. Rockets have kicked off in this ball game. They kicked off to start the game. And now Phillips moves in and hits it. This time it's a high end over end kick, but the wind grabs it and shoves it down. McCarthy takes it at his 29. He's out across the 30. 35 has an opening down the sideline, and he is run out of bounds. Where do they say? In the Rockridge territory at about the 40. Just tossed him back behind the Rocket bench. So it's tough to tell. So here we go on 3rd and long for the Whippers. Terry drops straight back to pass, looking out in the flat, and it's complete to the wideout on that side, Joe Fitchie, and he's
offensive have come out to play here in the second half.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Whippers from the Rockridge Rocket 29-yard line. There's the snap. Terry back to pass. Heavy pressure. Lofts it over the middle. Complete to McCarthy, who's going to go for the score. Adam McCarthy, the fullback, came right through the middle of the line, was wide open as Terry hit him on a dead run, and he goes in for 6.
Well, with Rockridge really playing the rush that time, they forgot about the middle. Krambeck tried to recover and get back there, but McCarthy wide open over the middle that time, and here Terry just lobbed the ball to him. Perfect pass. Touchdown, Whippers.
7:03 the score coming at here in the third quarter. So the Whippers answer, and now they go for the extra point attempt. There's the snap. It's placed down. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 7:03 left to go in the third quarter, it's Hampshire 14, Rockridge 7. Is the 25-yard line. Hofer is the wide out to the far side for the Rockets. The backs are Davis and Phillips, and the snap is fumbled, and Phillips picks it up, loses it, and then finally falls on it back at the 15-yard line. I don't know what happened there. The 20 yards to go from their own 15-yard line going into the wind. There's the snap. Schmobach on the option, pitches it to Bogner. He cannot elude the tackler back there. That is Adam McCarthy, the sophomore, throws him for a loss of 5.
Tough for the Rockets to defend.
All right, this time the Whippers do the double tight or one tight end formation, lone setback. Meyer back to pass in the flat, complete to Fitchie, and he is knocked out of bounds, or knocked down at about the 14-yard line. They're going to spread things out. 2 wideouts to the far side, single wideout here to the near side. Backs are split in the backfield. Now they shift Myers into the slot. There's the snap. Terry back to pass, being chased, running with the football, runs, and he is in for the the score. The quarterback, Nick Terry, rolling to his right, unable to find anyone open, and finally just tucked it under and ran it in for 6.
Well, they were going to play the same play as they scored on earlier. They drug McCarty out of the backfield and brought him in underneath the coverage, but he got a little bit deep and got into some Rockridge defenders out there, so Terry just tucked it down, showing great speed, goes into the far corner of the end zone untouched.
Well, he has thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another here this afternoon. And now the extra point attempt, a very important extra point attempt. There's the snap. Placement's down. Kick is blocked. It's blocked. The Rockets blocked the kick. And so with 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter, it's Hampshire 20, Rockridge 7. 7 to Hampshire. Up to the line of scrimmage. Come the Rockets. Wide out here to the near side. Bogner in the slot. Same on the other side. Schmobach back to pass. Rolling out, looking to throw. Just dumps it over the line of scrimmage. Complete to Bogner. The ball is hit. It's knocked out of bounds. No, it's recovered by Hampshire before the ball goes out of bounds. Making the play for the first down. The football sitting right on the 45-yard line of Hampshire. There's the snap. Schmobach back to pass. Has time, looking deep over the middle, and it's intercepted. Blekwinski with the interception. He overthrew the intended receiver, Josh Bogner.
Quarterback coming up.
So now it's third down and 12 yards to go for the Rockets. Schmobach back to pass. The blitz is on. He is hit. The ball is loose on the turf, and who has recovered? I believe the Rockets have recovered, but boy, they're going to be faced with fourth down now.
Get it in from the 1 easily.
Up to the line of scrimmage come the Rockets once again on 3rd and goal. There's the snap. Schmobach rolling out, wide open. He tries to turn it upfield, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Rockridge. Joe Schmobach from 1 yard out with 2:58 left to go in the game.
Joe Schmobach was not his second touchdown. That makes the score 20-13, and the Rockets now will attempt to make it 20-14 as Phillips in to kick.
Once again, a big extra point attempt because the Whippers missed on their last one, so the Rockets can just score and with the conversions win the game. There's the snap. It's a high one. The placement's down. A line drive kick is good. Oh, it just gets through. And with 2:58 left to go, it's Hampshire 20, Rockridge 14. It's a wobbler coming down the field, and there it is. The man scramble for the ball. Who's got it? A big pileup. The Rockets say they have it. The Rockets say they have it. The Rockets say they have it. But what do the officials say? It looks like a rugby scrum down there. The officials and the Rocket players are all, there's 3 officials laying on top of Rocket players, and I think there's a whipper under there too. Whose ball? They say Hampshire got it. The Hampshire players hop up and they say that they have it.
Well, John, I'm not sure the Rockets didn't touch that ball before it went the required 10 yards, but all doesn't matter now because
the whipper, players up urging their fans to yell, here we go, the final play of the game. There's the snap. Schmobach back to pass. Looking, avoids a rusher, but can't avoid the other one. Now he throws it up in the air. Down the field it comes, and it is intercepted or incomplete. Incomplete, and that is the ball game. The Hampshire Whippers have upset the defending 2A state champs, the Rockridge Rockets. The final score, Hampshire 20, the Rockridge Rockets 14, as that
see what happens. 2nd down and 9. And this time Terry to throw, and the pass is complete, and he is hit right down. The receiver is knocked down by Craig Lushan as he caught the football. The receiver there was Joe Fitchie. And the give is to Lushan. Sweep right, and he's going to be nailed for about a 7-yard loss. There's that linebacker we had talked about. He's their best player, according to scouting reports, David McCarthy. McCarthy shot through where the pulling guard. They know that when Knuth gets the ball, he's coming straight at him. 2nd down 7 for PBL. At the 23-yard line of Hampshire. And Prina rolls right this time. The pass across the middle. Complete to Rodine at the 5 and down at the 3. Fumble on the play, though. Let's see if he was down or not. Hampshire thinks they've got the football, and they have. I'm not sure about that. The ground can't cause a fumble right there. I'm not sure whether Paul was down or not. Here they come to the line at the 6-yard line. And Terry the give, and it's to McCarthy. He's to the 5, gets to the outside, 10, 15. Still on his feet into the secondary, 25, and knocked out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Walensky will go wide left. And here is Terry with the first down call. He wants to throw. He's looking for his man, and he's got him out there, and he caught it at the 35, 30, and hauled down from behind at the 29-yard line by Craig Lushan. Long pass play for the Hampshire Rippers. Right, they got a man in the slot to that side. Here is Terry. He drops back to throw, looks left, passes over the middle, and he's got his man. It is complete at the 16-yard line to Paul Walensky line. They're used to getting 4 to 5 yards a pop on that play. Terry with Meyer right behind him, calls the signals, gives it to Meyer off the left side. He is in for the touchdown. Mike Meyer. And the Hampshire Rippers are on the board at 9:09 in the second. Walensky will attempt as they line up. Straight ahead kicker. Signals being called. The snap, the placement, the kick is up. The kick is good. So there's timeout here at I-57 Stadium in the second quarter with 9:09 left. All right, Pizzell is your center up over the football. Dewey and Foster the tackles and the give and the counter play to Jones, the wingback, and he's going to be throwing for a loss. They throw him all the way back at about the 30-yard line, but they're going to give him forward so far. I'm sure there'll be some adjustments, though, at halftime. 3 minutes to go in the half. Here we go. 3rd and 13 for Hampshire. And Terry wants to throw. About a 3-step drop, and he's got his man complete. And he has got the first down. Across midfield, the PBL's 48-yard line, Andy Brock. Up to the line they come. Wing left this time. McCabe and Lushan the running backs. Prina rolls back, and he is going to be thrown at the 2-yard line. A sack. They carried him into the end zone, but they're going to give him he'll be down at about the... Here is Walensky's kick. Low line drive. It's coming down to Lushan. It bounces to him at the 13, back to the 20, the 25, and really hit and went down at the 28-yard line by number big 74 here for Hampshire, and that would be Rick Skarbonowitz. Yeah. I'll go with that. That's a name even longer than mine. So it should be in every spelling bee, too. At 6 foot, 170 pounds, he really laid Craig out right there. Yeah, blindside. Definitely had to use the ball to roll over on. 3rd down and 10. PBL at their own 28-yard line. Receiver split to either side. Here is Prina, straight drop back. He's got protection. He looks. Back the other way he goes. It's going to be picked off at the 48-yard line of PBL. Intended for Rodin, but he missed him badly. And Walensky picked it off, and the Rippers are in right now. To keep our momentum that we're starting here, you can just feel it building. Rippers show a 5-6-man front this time. Mark Prina with Jones in motion. Takes the snap. He gives off to Lushan, and he is buried for a loss. Craig Lushan had no chance at all. In there on the stop was Andy Olson, and also helped in there from Matt Bean.
It has it.
4th down and 2 for Hampshire. Nick Terry, the quarterback, double wing. And the give is to Meyer, left side, and he's got the first down. Second effort, got it down to the 30-yard line. They had him stopped. Got to make something happen here. A quarterback sacked or in a passing position. Have to see how Foster and Bruns do today. Terry to throw, the rush on, the pass over here. He's got his man, and that's Brock, and he is going to be down at about the 21-yard line. Very close play. Here is Terry to throw. He looks over here, and he's got his man. It is complete to Walensky. He goes down right at the 15, nailed by Craig Lushan. But it's a completed pass. It'll bring up a 4th down 7-0. First and goal at the 9 of Hampshire. Wing left. Here's Prina. And he rolls right, and they're going to sack him. Adam McCarthy at the 15-yard line.
And we have to go to the end zone on this. There's no first down available.
It's a wing right with the ends in tight. Here's Mark. He fakes. Play action, left side. He gets the pass off in the end zone. It is. Let's see the hit.
Touchdown! And there's a flag down, too.
Well, we'll check the flag. One of those, yep. It was the, and now, they all important.
We've got to go for, we're going to try the kick, go for the tie here.
Well, this kind of surprises me, but we'll wait and see. Swan is the holder.
Tied at home, win on the road.
Prina will attempt the kick. All right.
Crowd gets really silent on this.
Yeah.
They know this isn't our strong.
Oh, a high snap, and it's to Prina. He's looking in the end zone. The pass up, and it's intercepted. Hampshire has held on the two-point try. So there's timeout here in the...
Yeah, the last time we held them for only 2 minutes. You know, so we could use the ball back real quick. We might try and seal them.
They think it's an onside kick, and here we go. It is going to be. Here is Prina. And he gets it up there, and it bounces high. And PBL has recovered, I believe. It crossed the 50. It is. Yeah! PBL football. Let's see who it was. Paul Rodine. I thought it was Paul, and he's got long count. That gives to Knuth, and Donnie got the first down, still in his feet, and he won't go down. Now they finally drove him back.
He got the first down.
Yeah, he got the first down. That's the important thing. Fine.
Mark Prina lined up behind 290-pound Greg Bazell right now.
Let's see. He sets him down. Prina does. He gives it to the Knuth. Left side. Let's see. No signal yet. And I don't know if there's a fumble or not.
There's a fumble on the play.
And Hampshire thinks they've got the football right at the goal line, and they got it. How about that? Donnie Knuth fumbles at the goal line. Hampshire recovers with 51 seconds to go, and the Hampshire fans across the way are going wild.
That's okay, though. They're still working out of their own end zone. We need a safety right here, and we win the ball game.
Yep, that's exactly what PBL's got to get. 47 seconds, clock running. Up to the line they go. Here is Terry, the quarterback. He keeps it, and they stacked him up right there at the 1. He hung on to the football, and they're just going to run it out from there. Now we get the timeout. Or stripped the darn ball or something here. All right, 36 seconds left. They're all gathered around real tight in there around their quarterback in the double wing formation. And Terry's just going to
standing in the end zone.
And the snap, and there's the big pile up, and he's got it to the 1-yard line off the right side, and another timeout will be called. And the snap, and there's the big pile up again, and Terry, the quarterback, got it to the 1-yard line again, and that's going to be it. 22 seconds. That's the old ball game right there. Clock will run out, and Hampshire will advance to the Class 2A state championship next Friday in Normal as they edge the wrap it up.
Set your table with all your traditional favorites at low prices at your 24-hour-a-day pantry partner, Paxton IGA Food.
Of Hampshire High School. First, introducing the head coach, Dan Kavanaugh. At left end, number 22, Paul Weklinski. At left tackle, number 73, Jeremy Schambach. At left guard, number 58, David McCarthy. At center, number 66, Brian Berry. At right guard, 55, Jason Ormond. At right tackle, number 54, Andy Olson. At right end, number 23, Steve Thompson. At quarterback, number 8, Nick Terry. At halfback, number 14, Bill Seiler. At halfback, number 24, Andy Brock. And at fullback, number 46, Mike Meyer. Those are the Whippers of Hampshire High School. Complete to number 14, Bill Seiler, and it is a first down for Hampshire, 20 to the 48-yard line. First down. He was finally brought down by number 3-yard line. Terry is complete. The 46, Mike Meyer. It is a first down for Hampshire. Terry is complete number 37, Matt Bean for the touchdown. 6-yard pass from Nick Terry to Matt Bean. It's a touchdown for Hampshire. Number 22, Paul Wetlinski, will get the extra point. And the kick is blocked with no wood. 6 scrimmage. And doing the honors was number 23, Steve Thompson, a loss on the play. 31-yard line. Is the quarterback, number 8, Nick Terry, finally driven out of bounds by Luke Tillman, but it is a first down. Touchdown. Two-point conversion attempt. The conversion attempt fails, and with 3:16 left in the first quarter. Terry's pass is complete to number 46, Mike Meyer. He was brought down by Luke Timmers from the Lamb 39. Pass complete to number 46, Mike Meyer. And now as we start the second quarter, it's second down, 5 to go for Hampshire. The ball carrier is number 14, Bill Seiler. Stillman made the stop for carriers, the quarterback number 8, Nick Terry. It's now 4th down. 4th and 6. Field goal attempt. 22, Paul Weklinski to attempt it. Five-yard attempt fails. And Central Lane. Coming up, 4th and 1. Weklinski is in punt formation for Hampshire. Weklinski's punt goes out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 46 yards on that punt by Paul Weklinski to 19-yard line. Tom's pass intended for Brooks. 22, Paul Weklinski goes into punt formation for the Whippers. Punting from the 43-yard line. Terry's pass is deflected by Weklinski for the touchdown. 39-yard touchdown reception. To Weklinski. Touchdown, Hampshire. Number 22, Paul Weklinski will attempt the extra point. flag goes down before the snap.
Ball foul, encroachment of the defense.
Now it's a two-point conversion attempt. Goes in for the two-point conversion with 29 seconds left in the first half to score. Helms' pass is complete to Root for the touchdown. 20-yard touchdown pass. Helm, Mike Root for the touchdown, 20 yards. This is a two-point conversion attempt. Helm is tackled for the loss. Number 54, Andy Olson, made that play. And the conversion attempt fails. Mark Helm fumble on the play, recovered by Hampshire. Number 20. Third down 15. Ball is at the 40-yard line. Is caught by number 23, Steve Thompson. He's dragged down by 21, Luke Tillman. And it is a first down for Hampshire. Gain of 1, second down and 9. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Just to Tillman, fumble on the play, picked up by number 24, Andy Brock. Number 22, Paul Waplinski to attempt the extra point. No good. With 10:39 left in the game, the score is Hampshire 20 and Central A&M 12. Inside the wall, and it's fourth down. Luke Tillman for the touchdown. One-yard run by Luke Tillman and a touchdown for Central A&M. Two-point conversion attempt. intended for you. Flag down in the end zone.
We have offensive interference.
Will kick off for Central A&M. Number 66, Brian Berry made the recovery of that kickoff, and Hampshire has possession. 8.
Not over yet, but
8 seconds left in the game. 4th down and 5 for Hampshire. The ball is at the Central A&M 38-yard line. The ball carrier. And that's the end of the ball. Hampshire wins the Class 2A state championship. The final score is Hampshire 20, Central A&M 18. Stand by for the award ceremony. Class 2A first and second place individual and team awards. Making the presentations will be members of the Illinois High School Association Board of Directors and administrative staff. Presenting the awards for the Class 2A championship game are Board of Directors and staff members Mr. William Wright, Secretary of the Board of Savannah High School, Mr. Greg Bradley, a member of the Board of Mount, and now will Principal Mr. Randall Grigg, Coach Mark Ramsey, and the captains of runner-up. Prior to the presentation of the second place medallions and trophies, the Illinois High School Association is pleased to announce that Central A&M High School is the recipient of a sportsmanship banner. Friends in one loss. Presenting the second place trophy will be Mr. Bradley, and there it is. Congratulations to the Raiders of Central A&M High School. These and the captains of state champion Hampshire, please join the presenters on the awards platform. And now, prior to the presentation of the state championship medallions and trophies, the Illinois High School Association is again pleased to announce that Hampshire High School is the recipient of a sportsmanship banner for sporting a winning attitude. And now for the presentation of the medallions and the team trophy. A special medallion will be presented to Principal Lee Gilbert, and the individual awards will be presented to Coach Kavanaugh and his team captains. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this year's state championship Class 2A team trophy will be presented to the Whippers of Hampshire High School, who finished the season with a final record of 14-0. Presenting that championship trophy was Mr. Wright, and congratulations to the Whippers of Hampshire High School, this year's state champion in Class 2A. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the awards presentation for the Class 2A championship game.
Probably, yeah, go right into the gym.
Let me take the camera. How do you feel, Olsen? Let's go to Huntley, baby! Oh, baby, yes! Yeah, dude! Yeah, baby! Where's the... Let's get back! Hey, look at this! Oh, yeah! Back up! Sweet! Oh, yes! Sweet! Sweetness! We are! Number one! Got all that, baby? There we go. Wait, here we go! Let me get another look! Back up! Stop moving! Alright, can we move now? Right, Justin, baby, Brace, come over here! You didn't have anybody else stocky around, you know? What the hell? I don't know, I can't see anything on this camera. Can't see anything? No, it's just black. You're gonna duck, right? Yep. All right. Ow. How'd that feel? It felt great. We got the Rhino Albino in front of us. Yeah! Hey, baby! There you go. How do you feel, Mike? I feel like a whipper! Oh, yeah! Where are we going? I don't know. Where are we going? Out there. Okay, I'm down. Put me down. I will. Right here, son. Thanks a lot.
Worked hard all day, then we were riding.
How about those Rippers? Obviously, it's an exciting game today. Our boys don't do anything easily. They excite us. It's heart attack. Sure was fun. They were down after you were short. Well, they didn't make it. Too bad. We have some medallions good tonight. We have several people, a lot of people to present them to. First, we'd like to present medallions to our cheerleaders. Mrs. Stillman, come up here and introduce the cheerleaders. Coach Tyler Godley. And your 1995 state champion. Before we get on with the festivities of presenting everyone with their medallions and with the state championship trophy, I would like to say a couple things. I want to thank the community. This is fantastic. For the guys. It's like having a home game everywhere we go. It's fantastic. I'd also like to thank the cheerleaders and all their hard work. And not to be forgotten, our band over there. These guys right here are a special group, as you all know. You know, a lot of people talk about dreams and they talk about goals, but these guys talk about them and then they put the hard work behind it, and they deserve everything they got today. Let's get on with the presentation. You guys come up one at a time here for Mr. Gilbert will give you a medallion. Mike Austin. Steve McCarthy. Aaron Carlson. Joe Kitchie. Nice that, Joe. Paul Walensky. Steve Thompson. Mike Meyer. Kurt Kosicki. Brian Berry. Bill Seiler. Jeremy Shabbat. Matt Bean. Upper Check. Adam Kerr. Ricky Skarbakowicz. Jared Butts. Jason Hott. Andy Rock. Adam McCarthy. Nick Terry. Andy Olsen. Jason Orman. And Rico Florida.
We're supposed to give this to Mr. Gilbert, but I think Dave wants to hold on to it. So, I'm going to talk about our unbelievable coaching staff. Our coaching staff has prepared for every game this year. And it was an honor to work with them, even though they think it's an honor to work with us. And we want to thank them for their time and the persistence when we couldn't get things right the first time, and they just keep going again and again. So thank you. I just give this trophy to Mr. Gilbert to put in the display case. Wanted to get dedicated to a coach who came out of the varsity football retirement to follow through a high school And as Dave has the thing over, Dave got to give it up on me. As you hand it over, Mr. Gilbert, I want to thank the fans because they earned it as much as they did. Yeah,
great playing with these guys, great bunch of guys, stick together as a team, never give up. And the season's been a season to remember for a long time. I don't think anyone expected Hampshire to go this far, except for the people in the town of Hampshire. Walked through the season, expected to get walked on in the playoffs. Did the walking a little bit, they were a little close, but you got your money for it. Well, I think there's 3 things that win a football game in high school. I think the number one thing that this team has a whole lot of is heart. You've seen that heart against Aurora, definitely. The team came together. The game against Paxton-Buckley-Loda was definitely a display of heart. Today was a little close. That's why you guys know. And second thing is speed. I think this team has a whole lot of team speed. We went against some pretty big guys. I think the third one is a little bit of luck. We all know that. We got a little lucky this season against Aurora and Paxton. That's all right. That's the way it goes. Dedication, and we did have a lot of dedication in the offseason. We went to a lot of passing tournaments, a lot of went to the U of I camp and worked in the weight room real hard. And it was the season to remember, and it was a great bunch of guys. I'd like to thank the coaching staff. Mr. Kavanaugh did a great job. Mr. Wayne, we'd also like to thank the guys that didn't get on the field as much because they prepared us each week. Give us a big applause. And the fans have been just great. Pack the house every game. Against Paxton, you have 1,200 fans from Hampshire come to the game. That's pretty good, I think. A home game every game, whether away or not. I like to thank the cheerleaders. They did a great job. One more thing. I'd like to thank Bill Conroe and all the people, all the cheerleaders, all the other people that gave us cookies during the so we can compete with those bigger teams a little bit. I thank you, and this is one to remember. Thanks.
like to invite you to stop and shake kids' hands, wear them out a little. And there's a cake out here, coffee or something. Please stay around if you like. And that's it. So everybody have a good day.
I do have many thank yous to take care of here, and gladly. First of all, I'd like to thank the administration, Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Wallace, Mr. Herman, for their support, especially Mr. Wallace. If you've seen him walking around or running around here for the past 5 weeks as he tries to prepare and get into his basketball season, and at the same time help us out in the playoff run here. He was happy to do it, but I know he was the most relieved guy around when it was finally over. And we thank him especially for his time. And obviously, I'd like to thank the parents and Booster Club for everything they've done. It's too numerous to go through all the things that I've got to thank them for, and the Booster Club, our team has to thank them for. But as we've said before, at every game it was like being, whether we were home or away, it was like being at a home game. The following is fantastic. I'd like to especially thank Mr. McCarthy for supplying those balloons. That was great. The whole atmosphere created by the parents and community was fantastic. Cheerleaders, Mrs. Jelnick, special thanks to you. The cookies, I know the guys especially want to thank you for the cookies that we got almost every week. Cheerleaders were there for us all the time, and it was fantastic. Chain crew and Crow's Nest crew, again, they were always there for us, and they're appreciated also. The band and Mrs. Lawrence, even though they're not here today, I especially remember out at Rockridge when they took the field and the other band was too cold to even show up. And that says something about that. I see Bill Brock is here again, as he's been all year following our team. Bill Brock and Bill Kugelberg from the Hampshire Register, their coverage was greatly appreciated by the guys. Like Mr. Morgan said, it's great to pick up that paper and see the color photos of the team. And the guys like to see themselves like that, and that's great for them to see that support. Also like to thank Bill and Carol Conroe, going back to the cookies. They supplied the cookies just about every week during the playoffs, and it was greatly appreciated by the guys. There's so many people to thank here that go along with this thing. I guess I could go on and on. I'll try to keep it down here. But there's so many people that added to the excitement of the past couple of weeks that it's really gratifying to see all this happening. I'd also like to thank the wives of the coaches and fiancés for putting up with us for the last 14 weeks or so, or not putting up with us, I guess, barely being around. It's nice to have that support, and I guess they're not here, but I'd like to thank them anyway for their home with the kids, as usual. We appreciate it. And so I'd like to thank Mr. Walensky. There he is again. He's always got that. I think that camera is a permanent attachment to his shoulder now. He was our official games filmer for the past 4 or 5 games, and his help was appreciated. We got to, I don't know if anybody realized it, but on the way back from all of the games, we had TVs in those coaches that we had, and we were able to, because of Mr. Walensky, we were able to watch the games right after that on the TV, and we watched it, and it had the audio on it too, because he hooked it to a radio, and that was great. That was a big bonus coming back from the games. Coaching staff, starting with Tyler Donnelly, our Frost-Soft assistant coach. Coach Donnelly came from the University of Illinois, and he's not too far removed from there. Only a couple of years ago, he was down there playing for the Illini, and his experience and his knowledge of the game was a great help for us at all levels this year. And Coach Joe Watzlawick, who's been he's a Hampshire grad. He's been to these playoffs before. He knows what it's all about. He was our head Frost-Soft coach this year. Did a great job for us. Helped out with the varsity a lot when we were in the playoffs. And he's going to be around for a couple more years, I know, as is Coach Donnelly. And we're grateful for him to everything he's done. Then there's Coach Paul Bolander. And he was our defensive coordinator, as he's been for many years now. And if you've seen our games, you know our defense gets after people, and that is directly attributed to the way Coach Bolander goes about his business, getting them ready for each game. He has an uncanny knack of looking at an opponent on a film and being able to break things down and getting our guys ready for exactly what is going to happen on the game there. I don't think there's one time that we've gone into a game where we've seen something that Coach Bolander hadn't prepared the defense for. He's done a great job and put a lot of time in. And then there's Coach Wendt, whose help has been greatly appreciated. And I'll talk about Coach Wendt a little bit later on. We have a little special presentation for him. Now we'll get to the season a little bit here. Rehash the games. I'm sure some of the guys would like to rehash some of these games a lot, but I'll get through them pretty quickly. We went through the regular season, 9-0, as you know. Conference champs, and we'll have a brand new banner up there very soon. Got into the playoffs, squeezed into the playoffs, and started out with Byron, which at the time we thought was a real white knuckler for us, but as it turned out, that was our blowout of the playoffs, winning by 9 points. We beat them, so I was at 16-7, I believe, and that was our closest game by far, but little did we know we had a lot more in store coming after that. Next game was against Aurora Central Catholic, and that was the comeback, where we were down 8-7, and that was the only time all year we were down with 1:35 left in the game, and it didn't faze these guys at all. They came right back. It took them, about a minute, if they have to come back 50 yards, 55 yards, and get in the end zone and put us ahead to stay. Next game was the Ice Bowl out there at Rockridge, and the thing that I still remember about that game is 10 minutes before game time, our stands were packed. And I looked over at Rockridge's side, and they were about half full. We had twice as many people as Rockridge. They filled it a little bit as the game went on, but it was unbelievable. And as I said, our band was there. Their band didn't show up. It was destined that we were going to win that game. And the 12th band was there. All the papers called that a stunning win. But I think everybody, I think the people in Hampshire and our team didn't feel that way. Next game was Paxton, and I guess we'd call that one the miracle. Being on the 6-inch line, I think it was, and having them turn the ball over there or forcing the turnover, that was great. That certainly was a good omen for the future. I think we all felt at that point that this might be the year of the purple. And then, of course, came the championship game, and what can you say? That was an experience that everybody remembered for a long time. They pulled together as they have all year long, and that was a special experience, and we'll talk, I guess, a little more about that as the players come up. Real quick before we get to the players here, people have asked me what was a turning point of the season, or what was a turning point when these guys turned into conference champions and into state champions, and I think it probably goes back to the lowest point that these guys have had in the last 2 years. I think it was at Stillman Valley last year when we lost 41-6, and every one of these guys was there, and that was the low point. And we kind of challenged them as a coaching staff at the time, and they challenged themselves. There's two ways you can go. You could pack it in at that point, or you could pull yourselves back up and just go that much harder. And that's what they did. And I guess that goes to show what can happen when you come back from adversity and you learn from it. They certainly did. And from then on, they've been a team together, and we lost one game, and that was one that probably should have lost to Walter Lutheran even. But I think that was a turning point. That says a lot for the character of these guys. Okay, let's get to the team here, and if you can come down one at a time. Let me read off a couple of people that were also very important here. Beth Young, could you come down, please, Beth, and Ryan Keith. They were our statisticians, and they helped us out all year, especially during the playoffs. Did a great job for us and helped us out a lot. Thanks a lot. And of course we had Ron Wiggles Seiler. Ron was with us all year, kind of adopted by the guys as our official water boy. Got himself a t-shirt there. He's been kind of a cult hero with the guys since then. Thanks a lot, Ron. I'd also like to come on down here if you would, Nick Leperchik. I'll start with Nick. Nick was a sophomore that came up, and although he didn't earn a varsity letter, Nick was certainly a big factor for us. He came up after the sophomore season, agreed to help us out at the varsity level to practice and prepare these guys for games, and his help was really appreciated. Thanks, Nick. Mike Austin. Mike was one of these guys. Mike wasn't out last year, and I guess it hurt him a little bit not to be out his junior year, but I give him a lot of credit for coming out his senior year. And he's one of these guys, I guess the unsung heroes, who's behind the scenes, doesn't get a lot of press, but he's there every single day, and he knows that he's probably not going to get a lot of time in the games, and when he does, he makes the most of it. But he's out there helping to practice all the time, and I can't say enough about the character of Mike Austin. Matt B. Matt had a doctor appointment, I guess, tonight. Brian Berry. Brian has a new nickname. It's Mr. Hands. We put him in front on our onside kick return team when we expected the other team, or didn't expect him to get on to kick an onside kick. And Brian, who we didn't know had that great of hands, was always there, and he got 2 or 3 of them during the season. The biggest, of course, well, the last 2 that were big, one at Rockridge when nobody could see the ball, and Brian was down there wrestling with about 5 guys, and he came up with it, and that was huge. That was huge for us at that time. He also came up with one in the championship game against Moweaqua. And he was also our starting center. He did a great job all year. Todd Grace. Todd's one of those guys. Todd will probably come back next year and he'll put on another 5 inches. He grew, I think, Todd, am I right, 5 inches since last year. He's been in the weight room. He's one of these guys who's made himself a football player. He knew his growth spurt would come, but I knew he was frustrated, and it did come. And he was a great defensive back for us. He had 5 or 6 interceptions. Again, he worked as hard as anybody and made himself a football player. Thanks, Todd. Andy Brown. Andy played wingback for us, and Andy played defensive end for us, or actually outside linebacker, who usually was lined up as a defensive end. Andy's not the biggest guy in the world. In our scheme, he's got to do a lot of blocking as a wingback, and he's got to block a lot of linebackers who are about 6'2", 190, 200 pounds, and he'd stick his nose in there, and he was probably our best blocker. He was fearless when it came to that. He did so many things for us, and he was a great asset for us all year. Jared Butts. I can say the same thing about Jared Butts as I said about Mike Austin. Jared came out this year after not being out last year. Was a practice all the time, was at practice for us, did a great job. I wish we had Jared. I wish he, for a couple more years, he's another guy who's grown a lot. He's improved tremendously as the years gone by. Jared Carlson. Big Eric. Eric is another guy who's just made himself into a football player. He's trimmed down, he's put on a lot of muscle weight, and he was a force as he was our starting left tackle, and he's somebody we like to run over when we needed a couple yards. He would just blow people off the ball, and surprisingly, for as big as he was, his footwork was very good. He improved in that as the year went on also. Nice job, Eric. Joe Fitchie. Joe is his own worst critic. If Joe would happen to drop a ball, Joe would get all over himself. He'd really tend to get down. But I'll tell you, Joe came up with some great catches for us, and even more than that, he turned into a really fine blocker for us. We look at some film sometimes, and sometimes early on especially, he got knocked down a little bit because he's not the biggest guy, but boy, he stayed with it. And toward the end, he made some real key blocks that sprung some people. Thanks, Joe. Jason Happ. Jason was our other half of our center tandem. He and Byron alternated off at center. Jason has been with the varsity for 3 years now. He spent a little bit of time his sophomore year with the varsity. He's improved every year. He was a very reliable blocker for us. And between him and Byron, we knew we were solid at center all year long. Thanks, Jason. Kirk Kaczynski. Adam Kerr. Adam's a junior. Hopefully he'll have to get next year. He played offensive and defensive lines for us. We're looking forward to him coming back. He's going to get a lot of playing time. He was another one of the guys who was always in there at practice, working hard, and he's come a long way this year. We look forward to him next year. And then our super soft Adam McCarthy. Adam played defensive back / linebacker for us. It was a position that we had that really only he could fill on our team, where we could put him on the line of scrimmage and take on some of the bigger boys on the line of scrimmage, and had the speed to be able to cover people also in the backfield. Adam played some offensive back for us, and you know he's got explosive speed if you've seen him. We're looking forward to having Adam back next year. David McCarthy. David, of course, was a 3-year, two-way starter for us, so he's been around for a while. He was our leading tackler. He played left guard for us this year. He's not the biggest guy to put in your offensive line, but he's got to be one of the toughest guys. Putting him there in the middle, between him and Steve Thompson, anybody got by the line certainly was going to be swept up by one of those two guys. David's been a real stalwart for us all year, for the last 3 years, and we certainly appreciate his efforts. Thanks, David. Mike Meyer. What can I say about Mike? Every time we needed to get a couple of big yards, we'd have Mike in there, and he'd be getting the tough yards for us. He came up with something like 900 yards this year, and there weren't too many of those that were easy. He would get banged and bruised, and again, he's not a real big guy to be playing fullback, but boy, when we needed a tough yard, Mike was there. Thanks, Mike. Big Andy Olson. It was really fun to watch Andy not only make a sack now and then, which he loved to do, but for me it was even more fun to watch Andy line up against people like the big boy from Byron who made All-State I See in the Sun-Times, and I watch Andy time after time pancake him back about 5 yards. When Andy got himself going like that, there was very few people who could get around Andy Olson. Thanks, Andy. Jason Orman. Jason lined up right next to Andy Olson there, and he was the same type of player. When we needed a big yard in a big game, we'd look at Andy Olson and Jason Orman, and we'd go right over there. Jason also played defense. I know Jason wanted to play linebacker, but it didn't matter to Jason. He just wanted to play defense. And it didn't bother him one bit when we put him in the defensive line. He excelled at that position. He did a great job. Thanks, Jason. Jeremy Schambach. Mr. Excitement, as we call him. That's the most I've seen Jeremy smile all year. Jeremy, no, I'll take that back. After Jeremy, at the Ottawa-Marquette game, when Jeremy got in, he put a lick on a guy that was, you could still hear, the guy's head is probably still ringing. He got up and he got a little excited there. But I think everybody remembers that one on the team. Jeremy played left tackle for us, and again, he came out, he made tremendous improvement from last season. His footwork and his hitting ability, he was one of the most improved players that we had. Thanks, Jeremy. Bill Seiler. Bill, as most of you know, was a running back for us. Not a real big guy, but he had great balance. I think the thing that amazes me most about Bill is that he survived 2 years at 160, 165 pounds as our down defensive tackle, lining up against people who were probably, in some cases, 250 pounds. And he used his speed, his quickness, and intelligence to stay alive, I guess. But he was great. He caused people a lot of problems getting into their backfield, and did a great job for us offensively and defensively. Thanks, Bill. Rick Skarbonowitz. Rick had a lot of nagging injuries early in the season, and some back problems that slowed him down a little bit. But as the year progressed, Rick progressed also. We had him on a lot of our special teams. He was one of these guys in practice. He was a great player, a very selfless player, because he'd always come and practice hard. I know he wanted to play more, and he was a tough individual, and we wish we had him back another year, that's for sure. But thanks a lot, Rick. Nick Terry. Nick, as you know, was our quarterback. He was also our strong corner, did a great job job defensively, but I think he was known for it, and rightfully so, for his offensive production at quarterback. He was our team leader on the field for offense. I think the game against the championship game, I think highlighted or showed what Nick could do. He had a great touch on the ball. He kept his head. He led the team in that game, and I think that says it all, how Nick played that game and held everything together. The thing that really impressed me was how early in the game we had the interception. And that was probably more my fault than anything, putting that play in. We're so impressed with Paxton throwing that little middle screen. Well, I thought that was a great idea. It wasn't a very good idea. And anyway, but Nick came back from that little setback and never got down and was more effective than ever after that. And that shows the kind of character that Nick has. Thanks, Nick. Steve Thompson. I think if you want to put the mentality, if you want the mentality of a football player, I think that's what sums up Steve Thompson. I don't think Steve loved anything more than I think he even loved to practice. But he loved to put the gear on and go after people. It really was a joy to watch Steve play defense, the way he flew around the field, and he was so intelligent. It was almost like he had a sixth sense. He knew where the ball was going before the snap of the ball. He was a lot of fun to watch defensively, and it was a pleasure to have him offensively because we had a tough kid playing tight end who could block as well as anybody on the line probably, and at the same time could go out and receive a big pass when we needed it. Thanks, Steve. Paul Walensky. Paul made some big plays for us during the year. He was our starting defensive back. He played free safety for us this year. He covered so much ground. We barely needed to play a two-deep defense because he could cover the whole field himself. Offensively, he made some big catches, but I think more importantly, but as important was his special teams work. If you watched him punt the ball, he put teams inside the 5-yard line time and time again. He was our kicker, our extra point man, our punt returner, our kickoff returner. He did it all for us, and we're certainly it's going to be tough to replace him next year. Thanks, Paul. We have some individual awards that we're going to give out here. First of all, let me say this about the individual awards. In the trophy case, every year they give individual awards for offensive lineman, offensive back, defensive back, and so forth. Well, these guys, when it came time to vote for that, and this is very typical of these guys, they decided, they voted not to vote. They voted to put, well, we're going to put Team 95 on each one of those plaques. Because some individual awards that I'd like to give out, all conference and a couple of all state awards, and let me give those out right now. These are the Big Northern All Conference Awards. Dave McCarthy. Paul Walensky. Steve Thompson. Andy Olson. Nick Terry. Jason Orman. Bill Seiler. Andy Brock. I guess I'll register my complaint right here. I have a problem with the all-conference when we beat everybody by a lot of points, and we get 7 all-conference players, and there's a couple other teams that get 6. I don't know if that's a politically correct thing to do, to say right now. but I feel badly at the system we have, because I feel that we have I feel we have 23 all-conference players. I know, I speak for the guys who did win all conferences, that they'll attest for the other guys there that they would just as soon have those guys win it also. Then we have our 2 All-State Award winners, which is a great honor. I think it's been a while since we've had some All-State winners. This is the Illinois High School Coaches Association Award, which is a very prestigious award. Dave McCarthy and Andy Olson. I know these guys they don't want to hear my philosophy, so I'm going to be real brief here, and we'll get going. But I would hope, you guys have set big-time goals for yourself. You set your goals high, and I would hope that it wouldn't stop here. I would hope that you remember this experience and you keep striving for the top, and remember what it took to get to the top. It was teamwork and most of all hard work that you guys put in. Don't let this be the end. Coach Wendt came down here 2 years ago when you guys were sophomores and you were 9-0, and he said, let's not let this be the highlight of your high school, being 9-0 as sophomores. Well, you didn't do that. You worked even harder from there to be state champs. Don't let this be the end. Whether you go on to play football or in any other area that you go into, remember what it took to get here, and keep going after those high goals, and you'll get to them. Thanks, guys, for a great year. And I said I'd talk about one more person here, Mr. Wendt. We have one more award to give out here. Mr. Wendt, as you know, has been around here for quite a long time. 5 years ago, when he decided, he agreed to come back and he wanted to coach again, he told me, he said, well, in a couple of years when my sons and daughters are in high school, I'm going to have to get out because that's where my priorities are. Unfortunately, we've got a guy here who's got his priorities all in the right spot with his family. So he's going to get out a football coaching after this year, and he's going to be with his kids, watch them and coach them, and we'll certainly miss him. They talk about, we were downstate last week, and a lot of good coaches down there, and I don't know of any coach in the state who has been down to that state playoff as many times as Coach Wendt has. He's been down there, what is it, Coach? 4 times now he's been down there. I think they're going to build an office for him down there pretty soon. So we feel like right here in Hampshire High School, we've got one of the greatest coaches in the state right here, and his record proves it. And working with him for the last couple of years, more importantly than his record is the way that he deals with all the athletes, the young men that he comes in contact with, and I think every one of them will attest to that. The dedication and the love that he has for the sport and for the kids that he works with, it's something special, and we're going to miss him. Kind of an incomplete thing. We've been a little busy in the last couple of weeks, so we didn't quite get the plaque ordered in time. But we do have the state championship football here, which all the players are going to sign and present it. And the plaque will read this when we finally get it made, and it will be put on a stand. It'll say to Coach Mike Wendt, in appreciation for 21 years of dedication to Hampshire football and its athletes. Thanks a lot, Coach.
most notably, of course, Ron Allen, who I kind of learned a lot of football from and taught me a lot of things, and I think paved the way for a lot of the things that we did even now and for years to come. I'd like to thank Coach Kavanaugh especially for giving me the opportunity to come back and coach again after I had bowed out once. To the people of Hampshire, you're great people. I don't know if there's a better place in the world that I got to coach and live. To the kids of Hampshire, most recently these kids, but all the kids that I've had in coaching, I appreciate your efforts, and I don't know how it could be any better. I really don't. Thank you very much.
We will also be getting some banners for conference champion and also some banners designating state championships, which we will sometime, hopefully during the basketball season, acknowledge and display at halftime of one of the games. So I want to congratulate them. You know, losing isn't easy. And I've watched teams over the 3 years I've been here win and lose, and when you lose sometimes it's hard, and we had a couple of the teams this fall that didn't win as much as they'd like, but they really worked hard and they strived, and I think what athletics teach you sometimes doesn't always come in winning, and I want to commend them as I've gotten to know Mr. Morgan and the work that he's done, and I think sometimes it's easy to congratulate the winners, but it's sometimes there's a lot of effort and work and dedication and not giving up that goes with losing. And I'm really proud of the teams this year that haven't won as much. Winning isn't easy either. When you win as much as the football team won, it would be easy to get big heads, to be less polite, as a coaching staff to be less gracious. And not only did the teams that didn't win as much this year win without giving up, the football team won with grace, and the coaching staff is a class act. At this point, the volleyball parents are serving. Thank you very much for coming. Help yourself to the food in the lobby.
As the marketing manager of Spring Mall, I represent a leading company in our community. And today we are recognizing new leaders in our community as well, the 16 undefeated football players from Hampshire High School. And we'd like you to place this plaque in your school in a prominent place so that all of the other students can look at this symbolic yardstick as a goal so that they might become leaders in the community as well. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank you all for having us. And, thank all the boys for showing up. And I'd like to say just a couple words before I turn over to Coach Kavanaugh to call the names up. These boys accomplished an awful lot this year, a 14-0 season. Takes a lot of dedication and desire. And these boys had it. And it wasn't just this year, last year and the year before and the year before that. They started back in middle school and have worked hard to accomplish what they've accomplished. We have some fine athletes, not a lot of great athletes, but we have some fine athletes here, and together they were one of the best teams I've ever seen. I'd like to congratulate them also, but I'd like to present them Coach Kavanaugh and our 1995 state champion Hampshire Hippers.
I also, on behalf of the team, would like to thank the board and the superintendent for inviting us here and recognizing our team. It's an honor to be here. Let me just read off the names of guys come on up, and I think there's an award for you. Mike Austin. Matt Bean. Andy Brock. Jared Butts. Eric Carlson.
Someone else. Tell us your grade.
Joe Fitch. Jason Howe. Kurt Kasicki. Adam Kerr. Adam McCarthy. David McCarthy. Mike Meyer. Nick Leperchik. Jason Orman.
Form around the court. The other side. The other side. Get on the other side.
Jeremy Schambach. Bill Seiler. Wiggles, Ron Seiler. Rick Skarbakowitz. Mike. Nick Carey.
And I would have been yes, I just finished last night. That's in there. But, yeah, there's somebody and there's kids there.
Actually, I went after my own heart on these things.
Okay. Yeah, just show your Okay. Okay, now if the board members can get around the feet just a little bit, please. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, a couple more. Okay, everybody, I want to see his face. The guy in the back there, I don't see his face. Okay, kind of. No, you're fine. You're okay, good. Okay, that guy there. Okay, fine, good. Everybody. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, big smile on 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Okay, one more time. Okay, good. Everybody get all right. Yeah, it's our turn.
We have to?
Smile. He's hiding.
That's good.
Okay, we can finish with a big hand. Two more pictures. Ricky's gonna go. He's going to. Yeah, that was a good chance.
Oh, Linda, there's so much to do. Are you still recording?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They're gonna get the hands.
Oh, they're getting.
You want to record?
What are they
You want to record it?
What are they getting?
What did you say about Stillman bailing on?
That's Paul.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if he gets it. I'll ask him. Take care of it.
Joe, James Byron. Coach Bill Anderson, and Coach Mike Grant. And my